Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. We'll just focus on this and I'll make a couple of other altcoin videos later today. So at the moment this is the deal with Bitcoin, and we're basically in this range, and I would imagine that this is the established range here. So between as low as 53,250 and perhaps maybe 60,000, and this is potentially the range that we're going to play in, which is going to be good for altcoins, especially with things like Ethereum and Binance coin, continuing to make new all-time highs all the time. It would lend itself to a further continuation of this epic alt season that we've been in since January, and I would imagine that this will continue and then spread out into some of these other coins that we looked at. And on the live streams that we do, we've got one tonight for Patreon users, so feel free to join up. £7.50 a month. You get 2 live streams a week, 2 hours a piece, and you can ask me all the coins. And what we do is we look at altcoins mostly and all the different setups that we've got. And what we generally noticed is that a lot of these altcoins versus Bitcoin have really good setups, so it would lend itself to the idea, the concept, that they are actually going to continue with rallies against Bitcoin, maybe even from now, but definitely over the month of May and maybe even longer. Some of those are in the very early days of those setups, but that's good. So anyway, so this is the deal with Bitcoin on the daily. So we're above pretty much all major moving averages at the moment. At the time of recording this video, all the major moving averages were above them, which is good. But again, expecting this range to be what's going on with Bitcoin. If we go down to the 4 hourly, it's a bit more interesting. And we had this incoming golden cross, and again the golden cross is a bit of a red herring. It's not the cross that means anything, and people get excited when they see one, and they are good, they're definitely good, but it's not the actual cross, it's the divergence that takes place after the cross. That's the thing to be more excited about. So once the cross has taken place, we're looking to see increased strength, and so what's happened here, I imagine, there's a bit of a trap kind of vibe going on, where people are seeing this, oh, this is definitely going to happen, we're above here, and the cross is and wrecked. So that's no big deal, to be honest, because we see this again all the time when we do these live streams. We see golden cross after golden cross after golden cross, and what generally happens after the golden cross is a retest of that cross itself. This one has been front run to an extent to, I suppose, not allow the cross to take place, so it's a similar kind of vibe, but generally when you get a golden cross, I almost always expect to see a dump in it. It would appear on the face of it that maybe 75% or more of the time when we get these golden crosses, there is a dump down into it. So in this instance, the golden cross is front run. That's no big deal. It is what it is. When we're expecting Bitcoin not to be particularly strong, nor is it going to be particularly weak, it's probably just going to play within this range. Obviously, we could break out and go bullish. We could break down and retest some of these these previous lows. I'd be surprised, but it's still possible. My preference is going to be this range. So between 53,250 and 60,000, generally speaking, is going to be this Bitcoin range, and that, like I say, is going to play into strength of altcoins. And if we just have a brief look, because there's no need to make this video longer than it needs to be, but if you have a look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, continuing to make new lows, pretty much on a daily basis. We're looking at this on a weekly, and really every time we feel like we may have a support, we break straight through it. And if Bitcoin is going to be in a sideways and boring range, and altcoins generally have good setups versus Bitcoin, it does play into the fact that actually this chart looks to me that feels very much like it's going to continue to break down more. And if Bitcoin goes sideways, like I say, even if it goes sideways and down, I still think altcoins will continue with their rallies. Doesn't mean that they can't pull back with Bitcoin, and that's a good thing. So when Bitcoin pulls back, the market pulls back, and that allows us to get better entry points for the altcoins. This is still the same strategy that we've been doing for the last few weeks. Every time Bitcoin pulls back, we buy the altcoin dips. Not blindly every single altcoin. The altcoins with the best setups, they're the ones that we buy. And so we continue with that. That's, I shouldn't say we, this is my strategy. I will continue to buy the altcoin dips. Like I say, I mean, it's working very well, and the whole situation has been unbelievably good since January. I mean, I've still been taking a lot more profit than I would do normally, but I think that for me that's an appropriate thing to do, because scaling into altcoins around this zone back in mid to late January is something that we were planning back in November, and once that happened, we have basically started to do 10, 20, even I think of things with Holochain, we managed to do like a 35x or maybe more in a very short space of time. So it is the appropriate thing to do when you're making such massive profits, to take some of those profits. Do you know what I mean? I'm still holding on to a vast amount of my altcoins because my entry points were so low that I very much doubt that I will ever see those lows again. But it doesn't mean that I shouldn't take profit. And again, you know, it's only profit once it's been realised. Unrealised profit isn't profit, and this is something that frustrates a lot of people when they see their portfolio balance going all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, and then it goes down again. It goes down more dramatically because there was never any profit taken. And I suppose, you know, if you're an investor, that's fine. This is what you should expect. But if you want to learn to trade, then really you need to try and learn to take some profit. Never be all in, never be all out. But definitely taking some profits along the way is I find is the best strategy. Anyway, I'm going to leave it with you there. We've got a live stream tonight, like I said, so no need to drone on about this chart any more than there is. It's a very basic situation right now. Support resistance of a range, nothing too exciting, not too exciting to the up, not too exciting to the down. Any pullback down is going to be an opportunity to scale back into some more altcoins, and if it moves up, so be it. It is what it is. Like I say, nothing's going to surprise me at this level. If I had to have a guess, I'd probably say maybe another little stab down, another little wick down, and probably a move back up, but nothing very exciting. Just going to wiggle around in this zone, maybe for the whole month. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.